Hello dear friend, today we are going to learn very interesting phenomena that is happening around us, that is the pressure of air, or you can say pressure in air. Now as you know student, air can impart pressure because air having the mass and it having the weight. Okay, so from the surface of earth to up to the 200 kilometer high, there are many layers of atmosphere. The layer which is above us is known as the troposphere. In the troposphere, the clouds and these things are formed. Now what happened, as the gases have weight, suppose this is our earth. Okay, suppose this is our earth and this is the atmosphere, and the gases present in the atmosphere have a weight, and we know that they can, due to weight, they can apply a pressure, and that pressure is known as the atmospheric pressure. So how can we define the atmospheric pressure? Atmospheric pressure is defined as the pressure applied by the gases due to its weight. Again I am repeating, atmospheric pressure is the pressure applied by the gases of the atmosphere due to its weight. Okay, now we can understand the air pressure, the interest of air pressure with the example, the crushing can experiment. This is nothing but the crushing can experiment. So suppose there is a can, and which is kept, in which there is water is filled, and here the mouth is open. Okay, in which water is filled, and here we have given some fire. Okay, we have given some fire, and inside the can the water is filled. So what happened, as the liquid, firstly the liquid inside the can start boiling, and then it is becoming vaporizing, so steam is generated. Now at a point when a steam is coming out of this cap, we instantly we just close the cap, and put this can in some cold water. So what happened, the pressure inside the can reduces tremendously, and outside pressure can crush this can. So I am again repeating what we have done. We have boiled a water in a can. Okay, and when the steam is coming out, we can suddenly put the cap off of this can, and we will bring the whole can in the cold water, so that the steam inside the can change its phase, means it comes from it goes to the liquid phase, again it convert into liquid, and so that the pressure inside the can reduces tremendously, and due to the large air pressure outside, because the air pressure is want to crush it. Okay, so that it crushed. Okay, so that is the crushing can experiment. Okay, now moving forward, how we can measure the atmospheric pressure. So we have a device called barometer, with the help of which we can measure the atmospheric pressure. Okay, now the barometer consists of a thin tube which is open at one end, and inside open at one end and closed at another end, inside which the mercury is filled. So here the mercury is filled. Now we have a trough which consists mercury, and we put this tube in such a way like this. Okay, now what happens if air exert pressure on this trough? If the air exert pressure on this trough, the level of mercury will raises up. Okay, the level of mercury will raises up, and if the pressure decreases, the level comes down. So in this way we can measure the pressure of the air in terms of mercury pressure. The formula you will learn in the higher classes: density into G into H. So we can find out this H, how much H the how much H by which the mercury column raised, and finding out the H we can find out the pressure exerted by the atmosphere. So this is a very simple technique, student, by which we can measure the atmospheric pressure applied by the gases on atmosphere. Okay. Now we are moving towards the application of the atmospheric pressure. Now one thing I want to say to student, all of you, that things are flowing from higher to lower. Okay, suppose there is a tube, suppose there is a tank, and if we make this tank is lying above the surface. Okay, suppose this tank is lying 10 meter above the surface, so things will flow, means water can flow automatically. Why? Because here there is a high pressure and here there is a low pressure or zero pressure, or you can say. So things can automatically flow from high to low. Okay, it can be high pressure, high temperature, anything. Okay, but it cannot be happen that things can flow from here. Suppose we can place this tank here and the water can go of its own upward. Of its own water cannot go. We have to supply some energy, or we have to do some work to keep the water flowing upward, but it can naturally come downward. Okay. So same is in the case of the air pressure. Whenever there is a difference of air pressure, whenever somewhere pressure is low and somewhere the pressure is high, so the gases or fluid flow from high pressure to the low pressure. That is a general concept I am giving to you. The fluid or gases flow from high pressure to low pressure. Now first thing is that dropper, filling the medicine in the dropper. Okay, so suppose there is a dropper, it is dipped in this medicine. So whenever you pushes or compresses, whenever you pushes the dropper, it forces the air inside the dropper out, so that inside the dropper the pressure is low as compared to the outside pressure. So whenever you release this dropper, the air outside this medicine forces the medicine to go into this dropper. That is the physical working of the, because I have already told you things go from high to low. Okay, so what happens whenever you squeeze this bulb, it enforces the air and air comes out, and now the pressure inside is low as compared to the outside. The pressure of air inside the bulb, inside the dipper, inside this what we call inside this dipper is less than the outside pressure. So the air exert a pressure and ultimately the medicine will go in the dipper. Okay. Now filling medicine in a syringe. So how can we fill the medicine in a syringe? Same, suppose there is a syringe and this is okay. Now we want to fill a medicine in a syringe. So what we do, we move this piston, this plunger is this plunger, we compress this plunger, so this plunger comes here, so this plunger comes here, so that the pressure inside the syringe is very less as compared to the pressure outside the syringe. So that the pressure, if this plunger, suppose in the next situation this plunger comes here, okay, this plunger comes here, so that the pressure inside the syringe is very less as compared to the pressure outside the syringe. And whenever we dip any medicine, suppose this goes into some, and here some medicines are flow. So as we know that pressure inside the syringe is very less as compared to the pressure outside, so the medicine eventually flow through this syringe into this syringe. Okay. So once again I am describing, whenever you push a plunger, the plunger enforces the whole air inside the plunger get out, so that the pressure inside the plunger reduces. Now you put the syringe in some medicine bottle, and whenever you put a syringe in the medicine bottle, automatically for some length, automatically the medicine come. Automatically the medicine come. Okay, why that medicine come? Because the air, the pressure here and the pressure which is inside the syringe and the pressure which is inside the bottle is different. Here the pressure is high and here the pressure is low, so the medicine will flow from this needle to this syringe. Okay, now air pressure help in drinking the straw. So I know that all of you drink some juice with the help of the straw. Now what we do, suppose this is the glass of juice and this is the straw. Okay, so whenever you suck a liquid, whenever you suck a liquid, now what happened here? Two things are happening. You are sucking the liquid, but why the liquid is rising up? Not of your only sucking, but because here the air pressure, the atmospheric pressure exerted pressure on this fluid, and you are sucking the liquid with your mouth, so here the outside pressure is more and inside this straw the pressure is less, and due to this pressure difference the juice will flow from this pipe. So basic concept is that things will be from high pressure to low pressure. When you suck the liquid from the straw, the air pressure inside the straw will be less as compared to the air pressure outside the straw. So the outside air pushes this liquid or enforces this liquid down, so that a liquid is filled in this straw. Now air pressure helps in making a fountain. Air pressure helps in making a suppose you take a cane. This cane is filled up of water. Okay, you make two holes here. One, this, and here the water is filled. Okay, this is the bent tube and this is the straight tube, which is a straight tube which goes up to here. Now here you have arranged something for the shower. Now what you will do, if you blow the air from this side, this tube is not dipped in the water. So what happened here, it will apply some pressure. Due to this pressure, the liquid in this tube rises up and flow out from this shower here, so that we can make the shower. Okay, so that is a very simple application of the air pressure. Now let me see the siphon. Okay, I don't know if you do this activity in your home, because I have done this activity in my home. What we do, whenever we have to draw our, suppose this is a tank, or this is tank standing on some path. Okay, now what we want to do, we want to take a water from this tank and fill the bucket. Okay, fill the bucket. So what happened, this is a general thing I am telling. Firstly, you have to suck the water, a little amount of water that you have to suck. Why? Because that reduces the pressure inside the tube, which is less than. If you suck the water from the tube, if you suck the water from the tube, the pressure inside the tube get lowered as compared to the pressure outside the tube. So the air pressure outside the tube pushes this liquid downward, and this liquid flows from this end to this end. Okay, this is the principle, simple principle. Now in our book, this can be explained in a standard terms, means you have take two arms. Okay, one is shorter arm, and another one is longer arm. And if you are going to suck this liquid from this tube, what happens? The pressure inside the tube will be lowered as compared to the outside pressure. So the outside pressure apply a force on this liquid, and this liquid will flow from this siphon. Okay. Now air pressure can push the things. Okay, you have seen the sailors, the sailboat. Okay, sailboat have a long cloth. Okay, and that cloth can be pushed by the blowing very fast or very enormously blowing air. Now variation of the atmospheric pressure. Now atmospheric pressure can be varied from places to places. Can you say why? Because one parameter, it is dependent on the temperature, it depends on the density. So these are the two factors which on the air pressure depend or atmospheric pressure depend. So if the temperature goes high, so what happen? The density of the fluids get thinner, and if the density gets thinner, the air pressure will be reduced. So at a high altitude, the air pressure is very low. Now, yeah, because you know that air can exert a pressure due to its weight. So its weight is more on near the surface of the earth. As we go higher and higher in a high altitude, its weight is going to increase. So its weight is going to increase. That means ultimately there is a low atmospheric pressure. So consequences of atmospheric pressure, our body and atmosphere. Now what happened if I am standing here? So what actually happening is that the air applies, suppose the air applies a 10 Newton force on my body. Now inside from my body there is an equal and opposite force. Suppose that from this side the air applies a 10 Newton force. So inside from my body, from the blood and all that thing, the 10 Newton force are applied. So these forces are equal and opposite and cancel out. Hence there is nothing seems for us, there is nothing strange seen for us, that why we are talking about that. As you go on a higher side, as you go on a higher altitude, this force is going to be reduced. And if this force is going to be reduced, okay, this force is going to reduce and this is constant. So what happened? The blood will come out from your blood vessels, and you know that in the higher altitude blood is coming out from our nose. Why? Because the balance which is created here, is by lost, because here the air pressure is decreasing but your body pressure is not decreasing. Okay, so your body pressure is more than the air pressure, due to which the blood from your body can come out, and if you go to the more height, your body can burst. That is why the astronauts wear the special kind of suit. That suit maintain the pressure of their body. Now fountain pen leaks at a higher altitude. Can you say why? The simple question is very simple. The inside the fountain pen the pressure is high. Outside the fountain pen, whenever we are at a high altitude, the pressure is low. So the ink can be leaked from one point from the fountain pen. Now a breathing exercise. Whenever we breathe, our ribs go outward, our diaphragm go downward, and whenever we exhale, so during the exhalation, the atmospheric pressure, because whenever we breathe, we move our chest outward, and which is opposed by the atmospheric pressure. So atmospheric pressure exert a pressure on our lungs and we exhale. So atmospheric pressure also help in the breathing. Okay, so student, I hope you understand what I have teach you, and if you have any doubt, please comment in the comment box, or you can also share in a WhatsApp group your problem. Okay, thank you.